guys. Smoking my Friday Savinelli. With some Aaron Moore flake in it. I'm going to do a top 10 Friday today. Kind of a continuation from last week's. These are going to be song titles again, or songs. These are going to be songs that I like. You may have forgotten about a few of them. With the word blue in the title. Not blues, but blue. These aren't really in any order. How about I go from the bottom to the top, just for kicks? First one is by Foreigner. Blue Morning, Blue Day. Good rock and roll song. Good classic Foreigner. Always liked that band. I was lucky enough to see them a couple times. Next one's one I actually listened to the album a couple of times this week. Behind Blue Eyes by The Who. Just a classic song. Off of a classic album. It's my favorite Who album. Who's Next? Always wondered what it would be like to write a song like that. Just to be able to put something together like that. I'll probably have to keep wondering about that because I'll never be able to do it. Next up, we got that little old band from Texas, ZZ Top. Hot, Blue, and Righteous. Doesn't often show up on Greatest Hits or anything like that. You have to dig deep. Hot, Blue, and Righteous by ZZ Top. If you never heard it, go look it up. What's next? This lady had a string of hits in the 70s and 80s, and I just absolutely love her voice. And I don't know who produced her stuff, but her voice is just dry. I mean, there's no effects, no reverb, no nothing on her voice. It's just her, and it's just, I guess her voice is so good that it didn't need anything. Crystal Gale. The song is Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue. I find myself digging through her stuff on YouTube every now and then. Good stuff. Next is an abs. This song should probably be in the Smithsonian collection. By a fellow you may have heard of. Off of an album called The Red-Headed Stranger. Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain by Willie Nelson. Talk about bare, stripped down bones music. That whole album's that way. But that song is just him and a guitar. Classic song. Next one's a little rocker. By the Allman Brothers, called Blue Sky. They kind of stopped playing that in concert after Dickie Betts left. That was one of his babies. And I was lucky enough to get to see him play it live a few times with Dickie. This next one had 2 lives. It should probably also be in the Smithsonian collection. The first version that should be in the collection is by Roy Orbison. Second life it realized was when Linda Ronstadt did a cover of it, Blue Bayou. And she just nailed it. That lady can sing. Blue Bayou. These next 3 you might have forgotten about. Or maybe even never heard one of them. First one is Baby Blue by Badfinger. That was a hard luck band that should have been able to put a lot more great music out than they did, but circumstances prevented it. They were discovered by Paul McCartney, if memory serves me correct. I know he wrote at least one of their songs. Come and Get It, I think. This one was Baby Blue. Really good song. Look that one up. Baby Blue by Badfinger. Also one of the great band names of all time. Next one is by Chris Isaak. It's a song called Blue Hotel. I'd like to see more stuff by him. I don't think he got the recognition that he deserved. Blue Hotel. He had that one big hit. Everybody kind of hung that one on him. And that was a shame because he had a lot more good stuff out there. A lot of good stuff. And this last one was from the 70s, from the Way radio era, WAAY 1550. What am I looking for? Anyway, that song was called Bluer Than Blue. Bluer Than Blue by a guy named Michael Johnson. It's a really good song. It's very 70s. Very 70s. But it's a good one. Bluer Than Blue. If you haven't heard that one, go look it up. It'll take you back to a different time. That's all I got for this list today. Pipe went out. Pipe's not out anymore. I know I left some pretty popular songs off this list, but I was trying to dig deep. There's a bunch of good ones out there. What are some of your favorite blues songs? I have to come up with another color for next week. Open up a box of Crayolas and see what jumps out at me. Hopefully it won't be mauve. So, go have yourselves a good weekend. Listen to some music. Enjoy your pipe. Ignore the hype.